This is awesome. Oh no! Nope. Hey guys, Operator Drewski here, and today we're going to be looking at Halo Online. This is awesome. I mean, I played Halo when I was a kid. It's one of the main games that I've just been playing my entire life. Like, I've played Halo since I was maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. But Halo 3 was one of the biggest ones that I played. I kind of grew up around Halo 3, you know, going through elementary school. I played Halo 3 a ton, and it was just an amazing game. I remember when it came, I think I was in 6th grade when it came out, I'm not really sure, but it was like, this one kid came into school and he had a magazine. And it was, I think, a Game Informer magazine, and it showed like the new anti-air wraith or something. That's the one thing I remember about this kid, is that he showed me, like, you know, the anti-air wraith, and I was like, what is that? That was amazing. And I've never really gotten back into playing Halo 3 because at the time that Halo 3 was actually out and it was popular, I actually couldn't get Xbox Live because my internet was really slow. But now it's like, you know, I do want to play those games, but they just aren't popular anymore. Even on Halo Master Chief Collection, it's just not the same almost, because there's not, like, my friends aren't playing it, you know. A lot of people just aren't playing anymore. Most of the people are playing like the Halo 2 anniversary, which is also fun. I love Halo 2, but I just never really was growing up around Halo 2, so I don't feel as comfortable with it as I do with Halo 3 or, you know, any of the Halo 3 packs or like maps packs and all that. I'm trying to say this, but yeah, like Halo 1 and Halo 2 were amazing games, and I still love to play those. Halo 4 is awesome as well, and Halo 3 was the best in my opinion. That was like the game of my childhood, and this is giving me a chance to play it again, and even better than it used to be. There's tons of different types of guns. Like, there's like a power DMR, there's an accuracy DMR, there's a rate of fire DMR, there's, you know, those little like sub guns for every type of gun. Like, the DMR has, like, let's say 4 or 5 sub guns that kind of branch out from the DMR. There's also that for battle rifles, SMGs, assault rifles, carbines. A lot of different guns have those different types of abilities now, and it makes the game so much cooler because you have to learn all these new guns, but they're really, really close to their, like, old counterparts. So if you pick up a DMR, you know, it's going to be pretty much the same as a standard DMR, but there might be some type of, you know, accuracy boost while rate of fire goes down or something like that, just to make it a little bit better of a gun. And some guns, like the battle rifles that are made for power, I think, they don't even have a scope, which is really interesting. Like, you can't scope in on the power ones because they are, you know, just a little bit more powerful, so they are a little bit more, I guess, advanced than the other DMRs, so they have to balance it by taking off the scope. And it's just a really balanced and clean feel. I almost like looking at this game and saying that this could be Halo 5, because this is such, I could say, better gameplay than usual in a Halo game, that I'm just loving it. Now, this game isn't available in the US. I definitely live in Russia, though. You can Google how to live in Russia and find out how to get this game by Google. I'm just pushing, I'm nudging you here. Google it and try to find out how to get the game. You have to move to Russia and download it from Russia, and then you have to fly back in a jet. So that's how I got the game. I went all the way to Russia, got the game, came back, and now I've got it. It is an amazing game, but it's only available to Russia, which is really odd. So there's this Russian developer that decided to remake Halo, and 343 Industries heard about it, and so they kind of joined up with these guys, and they've created a Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach mix-up of a game on PC, and it's crazy. I mean, like, I'm looking at this PC port, and it's one of the best PC ports I've ever seen. When I was flying a Hornet for the first time, I was like, how the heck do I fly this thing? Like, I don't know how to fly it. And I was like, I bet the shift button goes up, I bet control makes me go down, or maybe it's Z. And I tried, and in the first 10 seconds I was flying a Hornet, which is an air aircraft, you know, it's something that's going to be hard to fly in a keyboard type of sense. It was very simple to fly. Like, the controls in this game are exactly the way that I would expect them to be. And I guessed the controls, and I got it within almost 5 minutes of playing the game. I automatically had the controls all in my head. And it was just such a good PC port, especially to the keyboard from controllers. It was just super simple and easy, and they set it up perfectly. And what's also cool is that they also brought vehicles from Halo Reach into this game. Halo Reach was one of the best art design games of Halo. In my opinion, it was the prettiest looking and the most, like, really, you can tell that Bungie was really extremely trying hard to make this game the most beautiful it can possibly be, especially with the art design itself. It's not exactly graphically amazing compared to some games like Crysis or something like that, but the art design was one of the best in the Halo series, and they brought those vehicles back to this game. And some of the guns, like the SMG, are totally renewed. They have a little stock. It's like a totally different, 3D model for the SMG than it used to be in Halo 3, and I can tell that they did that because the SMG in Halo 3 kind of looked odd for me. It looked like a pretty wimpy gun. But in this game, it's a, something with a red dot on top. It looks more like the ODST style SMG, and it's just a really cool gun. And the guns also have different designs for what they look like now. You can take out the scope, or with a DMR that's made for accuracy, it's like golden. It looks like it's gold plated with a scope on top and a little like barrel extender or either a suppressor on the end. And these guns just, they work too. I'm just extremely happy with this game and how it turned out, because I just, got this game yesterday. I had to go to Russia, I had to come back, and I got it in, a few hours. I had to take a pretty fast trip, and and this game is awesome. Honestly, it's the only con I have with it is that the sound effects kind of glitch a little bit every now and then, but other than that, this game is just super fun. It's full of action, and for any PC person that's kind of looked at Halo and gone, man, that's a cool looking universe, then definitely go look this up. This is going to make PC gamers kind of get into Halo Online, and honestly, I don't see this getting that big just because it is really unheard of, simply because it only released in Russia, because Microsoft, what is Microsoft thinking when they're only going to release it to Russia? If you've played Counter-Strike Go before, you know that there's a big Russian community. You know that about half the entire population of CSGO is Russians, and half of those Russians know how to hack the game and get VAC banned daily. So if they know how to hack CSGO, then how do you think that they're not going to hack this game to share it to the rest of the world? I mean, share the love, man. This game is awesome. Why wouldn't somebody, hack this and share it to the rest of the world? Well, that's exactly what they did, and therefore the rest of the world is pretty much having this game now. And when I go online to the servers, I barely see any Russians on there. I expected to have a game where I'm just getting screamed at in Russian every 5 seconds, but this is actually a pretty good community. Compared to CSGO is what I'm saying. CSGO Russians are scary. But this game is amazing, and honestly, it just brings back Halo and my childhood back into what I do now, which is, high-tech PC gaming. And with a big rig like this, even though it's in the same engine as Halo 3 was, it's graphically, I guess, increased by a lot, and so the game actually does lag a few times, and it's meant to, on lower settings, to run on lower end PCs, which is exactly what it does. When it's on lower end, I'm never running lower than 60, but on highest settings, I can't run sometimes in a big battle. I can't keep a 60 FPS. It goes down to like 55. For some reason, it still says 60 FPS, it's like 59.98 or something on my top left corner of my screen with MSI Afterburner, reading the frame rate to me, but it still will, I can tell, it can still go down to sometimes 30, but it will still say 60 FPS, which I don't really know why. I messed with VSync a few times, and it still told me 60 FPS whenever it would kind of shudder, and it would tear across the screen because it was going lower than 60. But the game is just, it's interesting. It's definitely a mix of, the classic Halo 3, but it also has a lot of new things to make Halo 3 such a more refreshing experience. Honestly, it's a lot cooler of an experience for me to play this on a PC than me on Xbox One playing Halo 4 or any Halo game on Xbox One. It just feels like a different experience, and because of the minds of these, new developers, and it's not some super gigantic business, they pretty much can try whatever they want and not really worry about it. So guys, this is Operator Drewski, and this is my review for Halo Online, or announcement that I'm going to be making a few more videos about this. I'm going to leave some gameplay up just for you guys to watch, and I will see you next time.